What if Conquest survived his fight with Mark? The darkest, invincible what-if timeline. Imagine this. Conquest never dies at Mark's hands. That brutal beatdown on Earth doesn't end with him bleeding out. Instead, he survives barely. Metal arm mangled and sparking, scarred eye blazing with rage. The story explodes into a nightmare. No swift coalition victory. No clean resolution. Just chaos. Tragedy. And Mark Grayson pushed beyond limits. This is the darkest what-if scenario. Buckle up, because once Conquest lives, nothing is ever the same. It all begins after Mark's first savage showdown. In the original timeline, Conquest was taken out. Here, Conquest clings to life. He drags his shattered body through space to Thrag. Sparks flying. Throg mocks him, calls him weak, then throws him back into war. Conquest now seeks vengeance. The second battle erupts. Mark, Nolan, and Oliver race to reinforce the fleet. Conquest ambushes them. No strategy, just brutality. Conquest zeroes in on Nolan, who once fought beside him. The clash is visceral. Nolan uses blinding speed and precise strikes. Conquest powers through with raw force. You got soft on that little dirt ball. Conquest snarls, driving a devastating fist into Nolan's ribs. Nolan fights back, blocking and spinning. For a moment, he might turn the tide. Then Conquest seizes his wrist, twists violently, and hurls him through a dense asteroid field. Rock and metal explode. One final, merciless strike caves in Nolan's chest. Conquest rips his head clean off. Mark's horrified scream echoes across the void. The news slams into the coalition like a nuclear blast. Mark and Oliver lose control, demanding a reckless counterattack. Alan has to physically restrain them. "That's suicide," he growls. They hold a somber funeral, but grief quickly boils into fury. Conquest then spearheads a brutal surprise assault, ripping through the coalition's defensive lines. The fighting turns bloodier and personal. Conquest locks eyes with Mark, flashing a sadistic grin. "Your old man went quick. You gonna make me work for it this time, kid?" The true turning point arrives with the Coalition's boldest Gamblin all-out assault straight at Viltrum itself. The grotesque ring of corpses orbiting the planet sends chills down their spines. Thrag waits regally. The trap springs. Upgraded Coalition tech holds for a while, until Thrag steps in personally. He casually backhands Oliver into deep space and catches Mark by the throat, squeezing until bones crack. Conquest smells the blood and dives in like a predator. He tears Oliver apart piece by piece. Mark, helpless with a shattered arm and jaw, is forced to watch in pure agony. That horrifying moment shatters something deep inside Mark. He stares at the planet that stole his family. He makes a chilling decision. Viltrum cannot exist anymore. "Follow me." He signals quietly. The team pours on terrifying speed. Alan on tech jacket, but I'm against it. A space racer fires the infinity ray, piercing straight through Viltrum's core. Mark and Alan ride the destructive beam like avenging angels, carving total ruin behind them. When they burst out the other side, the entire planet fractures and shatters into cosmic debris. Thrag watches in stunned silence. Then, for the first time ever, the Emperor sheds angry tears. In the next instant, he rips Alan's head off in one clean motion and declares, "The Emperor is avenged." Then he turns his full fury on Mark. The beating that follows is apocalyptic. Thrag doesn't just want to win. He wants Mark to suffer for every pain the Empire has endured. Mark is left broken and barely breathing, but Thrag spares him at the last second, not out of mercy, but out of cold respect for the audacity of a half-breed destroying their homeworld. The battered survivors limp back to Earth. Soon waves of Viltrumites descend, led by Conquest. Thrag's orders are simple. Settle here, breed, and rebuild the Empire on this fragile blue planet. Mark is kept alive as both hostage and unwilling shield. He tries to live quietly with Debbie and Eve. The paranoia slowly consumes him. He clashes with Cecil, the GDA, and old friends. He transforms into a borderline terrorist, obsessed with protecting Earth at any cost. Then the Scourge virus arrives. doctors uncover a shocking truth in Mark's DNA. He carries the Royal Argo bloodline direct, descendant of the true Emperor Thrag murdered years ago. The revelation spreads like wildfire. Conquest, still recovering, hears it, and his fractured mind snaps. He realizes he personally slaughtered the rightful bloodline. The sadistic warrior turns his rage against Thrag. While Mark is still healing, Conquest stalks Throg on Earth and launches a ferocious surprise attack. He fights like a rabid animal, roaring accusations of betrayal and stolen power. Thrag remains coldly superior, effortlessly tearing off Conquest's metal arm and ripping open his gut. Yet Conquest refuses to fall, desperately landing blow after blow. For the first time, Throg bleeds. Thrag ends the fight with his signature throat chop. Conquest collapses into a deep coma, but the damage is done. Civil war erupts among the Viltrumites on Earth. Mark wakes up in the chaos, overwhelmed by guilt, and orders his followers to contain the battles. Months later, he regains his powers. Conquest eventually wakes as well. Mark nearly executes him, but both understand Throg remains the greater threat. They forge the most uneasy, hate-filled alliance in galactic history. Their hunt leads them to Thraxa, where Thrag has built a smaller, less experienced child army. Mark and the loyal Viltrumites cut through the planet like a hot knife through butter. Any hybrid who resists meets overwhelming force. The children surrender when they witness true power. Thrag falls in a final desperate last stand, surrounded and broken. Victory feels hollow. The surviving Viltrumites return to Earth, attempting to live normal lives. Conquest, drowning in guilt for helping destroy Argo's true bloodline, plans to vanish into exile. But old warrior instincts die hard. A sudden robot uprising provides the perfect cover. Conquest launches a lightning coup. Mark crushes it almost instantly. Racing home afterward, he finds Conquest floating in the living room, his hand clamped around Debbie's throat. The final confrontation explodes with pure fury. Mark moves like lightning, his fists striking like meteors. He severs Conquest's remaining arm and tears through his chest with devastating power. Even as Conquest stops fighting back, Mark keeps pounding relentlessly until he notices that strange, almost peaceful smile. That's the nightmare timeline where Conquest simply refused to die. The war dragged on longer, the body count soared higher, and the hero we love came dangerously close to becoming the villain we fear. Let me know in the comments, is this the darkest Invincible what if you've ever heard? Want me to continue with what happens 10 years later? Hit like, subscribe, and remember the Viltrumite Empire is never truly gone. And neither is the haunting question.